Kumoricon.
Yeah, happy to be here. It's been a number of years since I've been back. 2014 was the last time I was out here.
Yeah, I saw you. And
I had to go back and like scroll back through my Instagram. I'm like, I know I was there. When was it? I was like, it wasn't in Portland. It was like in Washington. Like, yeah, so it was great.
We checked. Yeah, 2014. We remember it was Attack on Titan.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Yeah, great to see you again. I got your autograph back in 2014 because it was like in the garage. I remember that.
I think it was like some underground area. I vaguely remember being down there and hanging out.
How are you enjoying the con so far?
It's been great. Yeah, I can't complain. The people have been awesome. Had some great panels. I love coming to events like this, and they're really special for voice actors because we work in soundproof rooms by ourselves and you pour your heart into the microphone. You hope someone hears it. So coming to these events is really like a voice actor's applause, and it's been really, really cool.
Awesome. What's your good to go places in Portland for food or drink?
Oh, I haven't spent too much time in Portland, so I need locals recommendations. And to be honest, the event has kept me very, very busy, so I haven't been out too far. But yeah, I know in the past I've gone out and got some good donuts, like Voodoo Donuts.
There you go. That's
can't go wrong there. I recently started a TikTok, and so I put out some content there, and it wasn't the Voodoo Donuts in Portland, but I did go to a Voodoo Donuts recently and made a nice little video there. So anyone who's had those donuts should go check out what I did on TikTok. I think you'll like it.
And what's your TikTok?
I'm at real Bryce Papenbrook. My name was taken, so I'm the real one. Maybe I'll get my name at some point, but for now, real Bryce Papenbrook.
I am such a fan of your voices for characters like Rin from Blue Exorcist, Shugo, it's Shugo, right? From Dot Hack.
Yeah.
Twilight.
Yeah.
And were you Inosuke from Demon Slayer?
Absolutely.
That is my favorite character. That guy is the best.
Thank you. Yeah, he's a lot of fun.
What character do you think resembles your personality the most?
I think I try to find like something to connect with each character. So there's a bit of me in every character, even ones that like the connection isn't that strong. But I think the most of me is probably in Rin Okumura. When he's not burning people with hellfire, when he's like just kind of his self, I'm pretty happy-go-lucky. I enjoy just like the little things. I think a lot of me is in Rin.
Awesome. You're so amazing as the voice of Eren, Attack on Titan, one of my favorite characters.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, that's the really cool thing about Attack on Titan. It creates a lot of gray area.
Yeah.
You might see Eren as a villain, but others might not. And right now, I don't know if I see Eren as a villain. I'm definitely not playing him as a villain.
Yeah.
There's no like purposeful making him evil or bad. He's doing what he believes is right, and from his perspective, that is the right action to take.
Yeah.
Others took actions that they believed were right. Now, who's right, who's wrong, I'm not sure. And I think that's what's so beautiful about this work and what Isayama-san has created, just this thing that creates these conversations. I absolutely love this series, and I'm so excited to find out what happens, but please don't spoil it for me.
I won't. I'm just because I watch it on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm all caught up with the anime. And,
okay.
I don't know what's going to happen.
That's all. Yeah,
absolutely.
I don't know what's happening either. I'm looking forward to. It's going to come out next year, right?
I hope so. They don't tell voice actors anything. I'll find out right before I go in to record when it's coming, or I look to the internet to tell me what's happening, because they know we talk for a living and we'll probably say the wrong thing, so they just don't tell us.
Shut your mouth and invest everything in me! What's it? Boy. Tag, you're in.
Latest Facebook post, we saw you doing a live voice acting session with the Japanese voice actor for Eren, Yuki Kaji.
Kaji-san, yes.
Are you a fan of his style?
Huge fan of Kaji-san. I have so much respect for what he does. He just brings this energy to all the roles he plays. And anytime I get to share a role with him, I feel really, really special. Like I know that he's gonna bring this, I don't know the best way to describe it other than like, he has this like ferocity that he brings to like a lot of the characters, and he's just so incredibly talented. So yeah, I have a lot of respect for him, and being able to meet him and interact with him and have just a nice conversation. You know, I learned a lot about him, and there's a lot of similarities between us. We're actually not too far apart in age. He celebrates the craft of voice acting in a way that's truly inspiring. So yeah, I think Kaji-san is just such a talented individual, and it was a great opportunity, a really special opportunity to be able to share the booth with him, to read pages of the manga in English, and then have him watch me and react, and then to watch him. And I'll tell you this, it's something really special to hear him do his performance live. It doesn't sound real, it sounds produced, how incredible he sounds.
Another post mentioned you will be at Anime NYC.
I will, yes, for
and
Friday.
And the creator of Attack on Titan, Hajime Iwasama, is that his last name?
I think it's Isayama.
Isayama. Will be there too. I think he'll be promoting to the end of Attack on Titan. Have you met him before?
I have never met him. I think this is the first time he's traveled to the US.
Oh, nice.
And I am so excited at that opportunity as well. I mentioned I'm just a massive fan of his work. I think it's really, really incredible. I've been enthralled with it since the beginning of the show. And I just feel honored that I get to be a part of it, and that I get to have the opportunity to meet him. So I'll be heading out for just that opportunity to meet some fans out there. Also to share in a SAO panel with Cherami. We're still celebrating the 10-year anniversary of Sword Art, so I have a lot to be celebrating. So yeah, it's going to be a great day.
Hey Nick, did you want to tell them about something about Sword Art Online? Someone's creating something?
Oh, no, I just want to. Have you heard that? The creator of the Oculus, he made some headsets that actually exploded on the user.
I
failed the
did
game.
see that online. I did see that. I mean, it's a scary thought to think that here we are in a world where that could be a reality. I don't think I would put that on. A lot of the creation was inspired by it, and it's so interesting that he timed it with SAO Day, the day that all of the players, including Kirito and Asuna, were trapped inside Aincrad, which just happened, November 6th, 2022. So it's so interesting that here we are in the timeline of SAO.
Sounds scary. Or maybe exciting, however you see it. In that sense.
What is the most difficult character you've ever had to voice?
I'm not sure, because each of them have their own challenges. Some, it's a challenge as far as like the intensity of the character. Some scream a lot. Many of my characters scream a lot.
I'll prove to that idiot anything he can do, I can do too!
Some have emotional challenges, some have technical challenges, as far as like making the audio sound the right way that we need it. So all of them have different challenges. I don't know if I could choose one and say this is the most difficult.
Who inspired you to become a voice actor?
My dad. I was born into a family of voice actors, and my dad was working on Power Rangers when I was a kid. I used to love to go to work with him, and at the end of one of his sessions, they needed a kid's voice, and he's like, "He's a kid, throw him in the booth!" And that's how I started. Really, it wasn't until in college. I went to UCLA, studied political science and philosophy. I started really falling in love with the craft, and it's amazing that I have the opportunity to carry on the torch for him. So yeah, it was really my pops that made me want to dig deep and put everything into doing this.
Awesome. Which character of yours would you want to see have a spin-off series?
There's many of them I'd love to see a spin-off for. I think one show that kind of got buried in the hype of other shows was a show called Blood Lad. I play a character named Staz. He's a vampire mob boss otaku. I just had such a fun time working on that show, and I would love to see another season, another version of that. I mean, one other one that I think deserves an absolute another season is Blue Exorcist. I mean, Rin Okumura and like playing Rin Okumura was really, really special. I feel like every time I leave the booth, I kind of take a piece of the character with me. And after playing Rin, I couldn't stop smiling for like weeks. So like, I really want that experience again. I would love to be able to play Rin again.
All right, 2 more. Got any tips on anyone that wants to start off to become a voice actor? Like I said, I've been doing voice acting for like, I started in 2009, took a class with Scott Burns, the voice of Bowser Koopa.
Awesome.
And then 2011 with Tony Oliver.
Tony's great.
And then I did YouTube in 2017, 2022. I'm doing voicing again because I heard about the pandemic now. We can work remotely.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's very hard to narrow that down because there's not one way to get into the industry. Learn as much as you can, grow as an actor constantly. Taking classes is great.
I'm doing that too.
But yeah, there's not one way to become an actor. Being tenacious also is a very important attribute. I tell people if you book 1 out of 100 auditions, you're doing very well.
I actually booked a role, but it's for free, but it's going to be somewhere in the summer. I'm going to be
Awesome, congrats. Congrats, build that resume.
And Steve Bloom, I'm taking a class with Bloombox Studios.
Yeah, Steve he's a legend. Such a great person, such a talented actor. Highly recommend the classes. I think you're going to have an incredible experience. I mean, yeah, Steve is a great guy.
I'm going to try to request him in a DM to get you to be a guest on the show because I like watching his actors.
Yeah. I mean,
it's awesome.
Any opportunity to hang out with Steve would be very, very cool.
And last one, where do you get the inspiration to your characters?
I mean, it depends on the characters. I pull from a lot of different things in my life. It just depends on the moment, depends on the role. I mean, some examples like the lines that Kirito has to Asuna, that's the closest thing I can connect with in my life is me talking to my wife. And I hope that when he says those things and I say those things, they come off as real and authentic. That's the goal. So, it just depends. Depends on the moment.
Awesome. Thank you for being a guest on my
Absolutely, yeah.
Nice.
Great chatting with you
Great
again.
chatting with you.
Awesome.
Bye.